Hey guys, we thought we'd put a video out together. We are in Columbia, so you are apt to hear background noise at any time. People live on their horns, and when their mufflers fall off their cars or their bikes, they don't tend to go get them replaced quickly. So I apologize in advance for any background noise. What we want to talk to you today is about our boxing philosophy and what we do. And one thing I want to stress to all of you out there in the boxing community, in combat sport in general, especially to you young guys, is that you want to be careful what advice you take. Not many people are given very good advice nowadays. They're just not. So we have a lot of people that come on here, for example, and they leave a lot of comments, and we love that. But some of the time, we love comments. We love good, proper critique as well. We love that. We love every bit of valuable advice that we can get. However, there's a big blot or a big portion of people that will come on and they'll leave the craziest thing. You're moving too fast. You're moving too much. Just a lot of crazy general things. There's so many things I can't even think of them right now. But what do you think about them, Joe, when you see some of these comments, the bad, the ones that are crazy?
Sometimes I don't like it because it looks like what they do is child's play compared to what we do.
Yeah, well, you just heard it from the horse. It's like you go over there and you look at what they got going on and what they're putting out, and they can't even box themselves. And so be careful, young people, what you listen to. Our boxing philosophy is quite different than most gyms and most boxers, most fighters, most sluggers. Our offense is the big majority of our defense. And I'm noticing, having been in and out of the sport for a little over 50 years now, that in the 70s, late 60s, and portions of my life that I've been able to see in boxing, that the sport has gotten so defensive minded in general that boxing's not that exciting no more. That's why we've turned to, for our watching enjoyment, because we love action, we've turned to the BKFC a lot more. We love bare knuckle around here as well. But Joe is a gloved boxer. That's his thing. That's what he does. For those of you that don't know us, he's 16. You can see here how big he is. He's a big guy, and he's a strong guy, and he's a fast guy. He's probably going to settle into the heavyweight division. If he's a little minus on that, he's still growing like crazy. I'm sure it will be the cruiserweight division. And if he stops growing right now, he would have to be, he'd have to cut weight and be at the light heavyweight division if he just stopped growing here, just recently turning 16. The biggest defensive tool that we keep in our toolbox is our offense. And that is a lost art here to the sport of boxing. So when you see a lot of the things we do, a lot of these things probably look a lot different than anything that you may do or you may see. But I assure you all, this is what we do is old school. Everything we do is old school. I want to leave the younger set here of boxers, amateurs, young professionals with this as well. Joe's 21-0. We haven't fought he hasn't fought in a long time. The reason why he hasn't fought is because we can't get tournament acceptance here in Columbia. There's nobody that is in the juniors, 18 or under, that can dare even get in the ring with him. He's won 20 of the 21 fights by either knockout, some form of stoppage, or a forfeit. Because we were going to tournaments. He'd go in and fight the first guy. There was 2 more guys to fight. This was at 3 different places. And after he fights the first time, the other guys are like, I'm not getting in that ring with them. Everybody seems to get an ankle injury or a wrist injury or some sort. And so the courage is not like it was back in my day as well. So we are finding it very difficult to find sparring partners. The sparring you see that we do put up, Joe's had a lot more sparring than what I've elected to put up, and I'm not going to put matches up. Last thing I want to do, someone else may, and folks have, but I'm not. I don't want to show people everything we're doing, but in the sparring that I've shared, it's just kids getting in with him that he's just playing around and basically goofing around with, because nobody can take his power. And he always comes out, I gave this one about 10% of it, I gave this one about 20% of it. And but we have an excellent option that just opened up for us, because in a city close to us, we are going to be able to spar with some MMA professionals here. They're willing to spar and work medium and hard with Joe. These are bigger adult men. We're going to give us a little trade-off. I'm going to help them with their boxing. So that door is fixing to open up for us the week after this week. And probably not this Tuesday, but the following Tuesday. If memory holds me correct, is the day we're set to meet with these guys. Another thing to look forward to with us is this coming Friday, knock on wood and metal here, we will be putting out a challenge video. Joe's conditioning trainer, who comes in weekly, bi-weekly with him, is supposed to be coming Friday, and you will see about a non-stop total hour of kicking and grinding it with only 5 to 10 second rest. This will be a grueling workout that if you are upper echelon professional, you'll want to watch what transpires next Friday. So hopefully that gentleman will make it in, and that will transpire. And we'll keep putting videos and shorts up during the week. And Joe, are you excited to get some quality sparring coming up?
Yep.
That's if you could rank from worst problem that we got, 1 being the worst and 10 being the less worse, what's the worst problem that we've had in boxing so far? Don't include them not allowing you into tournaments and boxing leagues here, because that's separate. I'm talking in boxing training. That's probably the worst thing right there, is when you got a kid that's so good. The boxing leagues, we go down there, yeah, come down here, and they take one look at him and say, no, we've got nobody to pair him against in any of the leagues. So, but that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But what you think's the best as far as the worst, as far as training? It's been the hardest thing to
Finding sparring partners.
finding sparring partners. It's very difficult. We'll get somebody that are supposedly really, really good. They've got state golden gloves, or the comparison to state golden gloves here. North Santander, the Cundinamarca up in Bogota, just everywhere. Santander, Caesar, these are states here in Colombia. And I always got these good guys, or the big guys, and I want to come work with him. And then they'll come work with him, and as soon as they start sparring, they'll if they even finish the sparring, most of them just quit. If they finish the sparring, even if he just goes medium, they're out, when they get out the door, they don't come back. That's been the biggest problem, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. So you think when we get in the U.S., we'll probably get some better competition? Maybe, yeah. We were in the U.S. last, this was year before last. It was almost the same type of thing. I'd take Joe into the gym and they'd be like, no, I ain't got nobody to put in there with that young man. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. So we're looking forward to that. But you can take this to the bank. All that's necessary for this kid to be the world heavyweight boxing champion, the undisputed unified, is for him to continue. And of course, that's always his choice. I'll end this with, who do we love most?
Danny Christie.
Yeah, we love Danny. All right, we're big Danny Christie fans here, so Joe said Danny Christie. And we do love Danny Christie, right? But who do we love most of all?
God.
Christ, right? That's how we rock and roll in this house. Danny's he's gonna like that you just said that. So Danny just fought yesterday for the BFKC or BKFC World Middleweight Championship. He is the light heavyweight and middleweight UK bare knuckle champion. He took a hard loss last night, and we've been down in the dumps until today, because we know that in defeat, good things are born and good things happen. So, and we all suffer defeats. That's all, everybody. But I want to tell you that we worship the Lord around here. We follow Christ. That's our King. And everything that we do, we're on bended knee, knees on the floor, and we are begging our Lord and Savior to give us strength for the work ethic. You don't know how much this kid will pray and say, God, give me the strength to outwork everybody today. And that's what he'll do. And that's how we try to do things. So we're a little cocky at times. A lot of you would call it ego, but you've got to have somewhat of a cockiness or an ego about you if you're going to make it in any type of combat sport. You got to have a lot of self-worth going on about yourself to make it in this sport. So anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I want to end it like I end most videos. We worship Christ up in this house. we want you to come over to our camp and worship Christ up in your house too. Good luck to you young boxers. Thank everybody for watching Old Man Bible, and please like, share, and subscribe our videos. We appreciate it. So thank you.